next on our list is Metallica. This is going to get the Van Halen treatment where it's kind of obvious what I'm going to say. Keep in mind, Lulu is not a Metallica album. It's a collab with Lou Reed, and it was released as a Lou Reed album because Lulu might be the worst musical recording in the history
of music
of mankind.
It's in the like Yoko Ono genre. Like that's a genre, Yoko Ono.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It's
and Lulu is that genre.
It would be in a league of its own if Yoko Ono didn't exist.
Right.
What's good, everybody? I'm Johnny Danger.
I'm Jesse Wheeler.
And we are
the Dangerous Dudes.
We're picking our least favorite albums from our favorite bands.
Let's do it.
So for Metallica, it is from 2003. It's Saint Anger.
Easy.
11 songs. Again, some trend when CDs became ubiquitous was, we don't just have to put, in the 70s and 80s.
8.
A lot of times.
8 or 9.
You could put 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Like some Sabbath albums really just had like 6 or 7 songs.
6, and there was like the fillers, like fluff.
I kind of love that.
I love that. Because the songs that were on there were amazing.
If there's any sort of theme running through this for bands, what we're asking for, less is more. And I'm not saying the album's dead. I do not believe that the album's dead.
Not at all.
I don't believe that singles are the only thing that matters now because people don't have attention spans. Bullshit. Give us clear, concise, focused recordings, and we'll eat it up. But Metallica went crazy with this one. They were in shambles as a group. Jason Newsted had just left the band. James was in rehab. We've seen the Some Kind of Monster documentary that focuses around the recording of that album and that whole upheaval. It is my favorite. It's my favorite band documentary of all time.
That's the thing about this album. It's obviously their worst album. We went from load, reload, and like Chris and Pat used to like to call this steaming load. It's terrible, but the movie
it gave us was worth it.
One of the best music documentaries ever made.
Ever.
And it almost excuses
the
record. Because you get in their head and you're like,
it's that good.
Jesus, these guys are in such a bad spot. They're letting Bob Rock dictate too many things.
Bob Rock played bass on that record because he had to.
It like Lars and James are just at the point where they want to kill each other because they've been in this band. They're super successful. They've been in this band together.
Oh my God.
They're just so sick of each other's shit, which produces incredible, like, television or whatever you want to call it. Content, because
a documentary like the likes of which I've never seen before. It's real. That shit is real. You can tell.
Why don't you just play something regular?
Oh, well, you can call it regular. I'm used to the drummer, playing something solid, like playing the beat.
It's so incredible. You feel the tension. Like the tension reaches out from the TV and grabs you.
And I love the polarity of James Hetfield. Almost, I don't know how big he is, but compared to Lars, he's a monster. It looks like he's like a giant, and Lars is this little shit. But Lars is in as many ways just as important to that band as James is. Like it's a unify. It's like Gene and Paul.
Yeah.
It's their band. It's their vision.
Much as you don't want Lars to be a key cog.
Oh, he's huge. He's not just the drummer.
Because he's not.
He is not just the drummer. I'm telling you right now.
He is the mastermind.
He's the architect.
He is clearly the brains. And sometimes it's a little.
He gets shit on so much. I love Lars. I'd much rather hang out with James, but I love Lars.
I respect Lars quite a bit. I would love to have like an intelligent conversation.
Oh, I would love it.
He's capable of.
Oh, he's definitely capable. Yeah.
Well, he's capable.
But he's condescending. Yeah.
If he's capable of sitting with a couple of peasants and having like a non-condescending relationship where he doesn't mention like some sort of like
piece of art that he just bought.
like artists that he just invested in, like
Yeah.
where you're like, all right, this guy's a douchebag.
Right. The best thing that came out of the making of this album is the documentary, and they got Robert Trujillo as a bass
Which is
player.
like the amazing thing,
and it's a
about
turning
the
point.
documentary. You get them, and you're like, all right, they figured it out.
And they got a real guy with good vibes. And the next album
Was unbelievable.
5 years later is Death Magnetic, and now here we are, and they're making great heavy metal again into their 60s. We saw them live. They're unbelievable, taking it seriously, in good shape. Super proud of them, love them to death, but not done critiquing this record yet. Again, 11 songs, an hour 15 minutes. Their best effort, in my opinion, is the song "Saint Anger."
Definitely,
I wrote down
it's not that bad.
It's kind of cool. It's got this chaotic, build up intro to it. I kind of dig the quiet to loud verses.
I'm madly in anger with you.
Yeah.
I love that line.
And the title "Saint Anger" is cool. Yeah. They filmed the video at San Quentin. Really,
it's cool. Yeah.
It's very rough and tumble. I dig it. Their worst effort, I wrote down, is the rest of the album.
The production value is less than 0.
It's horribly, painfully repetitive. It sounds like an hour and 15 minutes of one really bad song.
If you want an exercise in the worst lyric writing that you've ever heard, just take a listen to Invisible
Kid. It's one of the most cringeworthy.
It's as if it was written by their dogs or like their 4-year-old children.
The only one that I can think of in my recent memory that can top it, there's a song on Motley Crue's Generation Swine album, their comeback record with Vince Neil in 1997. It's a song called Brandon, and they let Tommy Lee write it and sing it. And it's this song that he wrote to his son, which is like, it's beautiful. Yeah. The lyrics, go check it out. It's Brandon from Generation Swine. The lyrics are
it's cringe, where you're like, come on.
How did this make it to an album? Like, they have managers and like teams of people trying to steer them in the right direction, and you let this happen?
That's inexcusable.
The vocals on this album are bad, like bad. The lyrics are dumb. The guitars and the bass are muddy, purposely sloppy.
No guitar solos.
And the drums are comically awful. The snare has been a source of contention.
Yeah, like obviously everybody makes fun of the snare.
So the snare wires were purposely disengaged, and they turned them off to sound raw. Sounds like banging on a baseball bat on an empty beer keg.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
So no disagreement there.
No.
All right, here we go.
That's an easy one.
Next on our list is Kiss, one of our favorite bands of all time. I was a late bloomer with Kiss. I used to bust on this guy for the fact that they were your favorite band, but I was, as Paul Stanley, I was listening with my eyes. I thought that they were a cartoon caricature type of band. I was wrong. I was wrong. I did a deep dive on their discography. They have 20 studio albums, I believe. They're freaking awesome. I love Kiss. They're one of my favorite bands. And most of their albums are really good. They've got some absolute questionable recordings, but there's always 1 or 2 or 3 songs and they're like, okay, it's not that bad. But they also have like some mega classics.
Oh yeah.
But this one, I know most people would say, oh, he's going to say The Elder, or he's going to say Sonic Boom, or he's going to say Monster, their last 2. No. And I know Psycho Circus still has Into the Void. It still has Psycho Circus, which is an amazing freaking song. I really think and feel strongly about this one. In my opinion, my least favorite Kiss album is Crazy Nights, 1987. It has 11 songs. The runtime is 43 minutes. I think the best effort on the record is Reason to Live. Everybody's got a reason to live, baby. It's super cheesy, but it's also super catchy. I think it easily could have been a Michael Bolton song. The worst effort is a song called My Way. I call it generic 80s Kmart keyboard soft rock overall, it sounds uninspired, neutered, with way too many keyboards. What do you say?
So with Kiss, you're obviously going to be pulling from the non-makeup era. It could be a number of records. Now, interestingly enough, Psycho Circus, they had the makeup put back on. But to me, it could be Crazy Nights, Psycho Circus, Sonic Boom, or Monster. There are some really good non-makeup albums, like
Asylum.
Animalize, Revenge.
Yep.
All very, very good albums. For me, the worst one would be the last one, which is Monster.
It's got some good songs on it, though. I'm telling you.
Hell or
Go back.
Hallelujah, which is the best song, was a good.
I don't mind Back to the Stone Age.
I don't know. I just feel like it's all too forced. It's like, we got to make an album. Let's just like bang out some songs.
I don't mind Freak.
Hot in the Shade was there. That's the cheese, the total cheese there.
But there's some bangers on Hot in the Shade. No, they're wrong. They're wrong.
There's, like, compared to like Crazy Night, all the ones that we're talking about, The Elder is like so much better than those. Now, like, I get in the context of the way the album was released that people were disappointed, but go back and listen to it. It's not that bad. And if you can find, there's a little bit of live footage from that era that's been starting to emerge on YouTube. It's absolutely fascinating, because the thing that's amazing is they cut their hair and went to, like, for a minute, Paul had short hair and he was wearing like an 80s like headband.
Yeah.
And Gene cut his hair and had like a side ponytail.
But still had the makeup.
They still had the makeup, and they had like skinny clothes.
I'm telling you right now, amazing. I think it's awesome. Ace's costume for that.
Like sprayed on.
It's so cool, though.
And Eric Carr's,
and they took a chance.
Yeah, I give
so
him
that's
all
Eric Carr's first album with them.
So that's the first album that he recorded with them, correct.
But what comes after The Elder?
Creatures of the Night, which is a great record. It was their, like, we're going to take that.
So one of the reasons The Elder can't be the worst album is because it spawned the reaction to it, which is Creatures of the Night, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah, and they still had the makeup on. There was this mystery to that album. I still.
So you don't have massive disagreement on this?
No, I think you could go with. I think Crazy Nights.
Dude, Crazy Nights is the epitome of cheese. Think of 1987.
Yeah, and like go back and look at what they were wearing live in that era, and it is Miami Vice.
All right, so I saved, which is probably going to be the most contentious response that you're going to give me for last. Radiohead. We're huge fans of Radiohead. Radiohead is couture music in a lot of ways. They've become an acquired taste. They're complicated.
They're artsy band.
They are. A lot of people are like, Radiohead creep. Nope.
No, not at all.
Nope. That is not what Radiohead is. That's their first album. The Bends, and then once they got to Kid A, they were off and running.
Yeah.
They were off and running in a completely different stratosphere, and they're amazing. And we saw them live twice, and it was an experience like none other sonically. It was, they are that good.
Hoping for 2026 too.
Me as well. But in my opinion, and I think their least, it's my least favorite. I shouldn't say my opinion. It is. It's just my least favorite album from Radiohead. It's a Moon-Shaped Pool from 2016. It's their most recent. It has 11 songs. The runtime's 52 minutes. I think the best effort by a long shot is Burn the Witch, their first single.
Unbelievable song. It's
incredible. It's exciting. It's uplifting. Very bright. First thing I heard from this album. And I was very optimistic about the album until I heard it. And I just think it's very uninteresting. It's slow. It drags. It's boring.
It has a very, very somber mood to it. Like, it is like slow. I don't agree with that. I actually love that album. I don't love it like I love Kid A or In Rainbows or King of Limbs, or Hail to the Thief. Like all these OK Computer. Like they have these absolute
masterpieces,
records.
Yep.
But I like it, and to me, it's in the category with the Bends. That's it's a good album, but not great.
Does the Bends have Fake Plastic Trees?
Yeah, and it has Street Spirit, which is one of my favorite songs of theirs. The Bends produce
You can't
like great songs.
I did some research on this, I went and looked at the track list, and it's like you can't put this. You know what? You know what was in the running with Amnesiac.
Right.
Now, Amnesiac is basically just like the backwash of Kid A.
Well, Amnesiac and Kid A were recorded at the same time. That was the one.
But Amnesiac has some
Amnesiac has
bangers.
Amazing songs.
Yes.
Like Knives Out.
There's another one. I might
be wrong. Yeah, it's a great song. So
great.
For me, the worst album of Radiohead, which I still like. That's the thing, is I still like this album. But if I had to pick one album,
don't say the debut.
Is Pablo Honey.
Why would you say that?
Because it doesn't sound like the rest of the catalog.
It's true.
I love the last song on Pablo Honey is called Blowout. It's my favorite song on the album. For me, it was like, you get to that song, it's like, this is what's coming next. And like Radiohead has a thing about the way that they oftentimes the last song is like this lead in to what's like Street Spirit is the last song in the Bends. And
it's like To Be Continued.
Like True Love Waits is the song they've had forever.
Yeah.
And that's the last song off of Moonshaped Pool.
Great song. It's very slow and depressing.
It very much is, but like for like the career fans, you're like, they finally recorded it because it had been a live thing forever. And it tells me that they didn't have enough material. So just, like, we should finally record this.
So just see it from my perspective. Burn the Witch. That song is so freaking great.
It's really different.
And it's the first thing that you hear is like, oh my God, they're coming out with this new album.
And they
release it, and you're like,
that is a record.
It doesn't even come close to happening again. That peak and that crescendo from Burn the Witch, which is the first song on the album as well, it never returns at any point during the album. So I feel it's very misleading. I was super disappointed.
It's a super somber record.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that, like 2016, it's 2025. Like you can come out with another album. Go and listen to the Smile albums that Johnny and Tom York did. Those have so much energy.
Yeah.
I feel like those should have been
Radiohead records.
So they're getting back together. They announced the tour. So they're playing again. They're touring Europe only. We're hoping for a US tour. But what I'm really hoping for is a Radiohead album. That's something like, I feel like a Moonshaped Pool was, this is what we're doing now. We're going to make this somber record, this depressing, like on the heels of King of Limbs, like a lot of the Radiohead stuff, let's face it.
It's somber, pretty somber, but sometimes it gets energized with a little bit of anger.
That was like, you get to True Love Waits and you're like, oh my God, like I feel like this down, like it's almost like this downward energy, you know what I mean? But I love that. It's like one of those things though, like you watch that on a rainy day and you watch like a sad movie and then like, don't drink too much.
Right.
Finding yourself like, laying down in traffic.
Right.
But like, go watch a comedy after that. Do yourself a favor, watch a comedy and like, eat a pizza.
Yeah, watch an episode of South Park after you listen to Moonshaped Pool.
Watch The Office.
All right, so I guess we'll wrap it up with this. This is what I ask of any of my favorite bands, especially ones that are still active and planning on releasing new music. Please, please, please keep doing it, but just remember, less is more, and your fans have been sticking around with you for a long, long time for a reason. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just give us something simple, honest, and to the point. Don't have it be this bloated sort of, I know you're all millionaires and like life. I bet you it's hard to kind of recreate, that sort of energy and that angst. The angst. And like, that's what inspires you to write great music. I get it. It's probably hard, like, what was it? Marvin Hagler said, it's hard to get up at 4 a.m. to go for a jog to train for a fight when you're wearing silk pajamas. Like it changes things. I get it, but just the way to combat that is less is more. You don't need a 70-minute album. You don't need to like write, the great American novel. Just give us a snapshot of who you are at the best that you can possibly be, and we'll buy the shit out of it. I promise. We'll promote it. We'll tell other people about it. We'll come to your shows. We'll buy your t-shirts. That's all we're asking.
Stick to your roots.
Yeah.
Don't forget who you are and how you got there. I think that that's the important message. And just because you're old doesn't mean you can't write something great.
Yeah, look at us. We're old and we're still, we're still trying. We're still in the fight.
Our biggest song ever last year.
Yeah, I mean, it can still happen. It's still important. It still matters. And this is not to shit on our favorite band. It's just to kind of let them know, not everything you do is great. We're not going to put a bumper sticker on our car just because you got a C+. Let us know what you think.
Leave us a comment what your thoughts are. Maybe you love Van Halen 3.
But
let us know.
Yeah, whatever you do, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Be good.
We'll see you next time. Cheers.